Hi, this is Mark from Top Local. We're here with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver. Vancouver's best auto service experience, 18-time winners of best auto repair in Vancouver. How you doing, Bernie?
Doing well.
So we're going to talk about a 2003 Volvo V70. This is a unique vehicle. And there was a problem with the check engine lamp. What was going on? Why did this car come to your shop?
Well, it came to our shop for a couple of reasons. First off, the check engine lamp was coming on and going off, so that was a concern. There was a few other things, like the turn signal handle is broken. The vehicle was just overdue for a service and needed a good inspection. There's a couple of other issues, some clumps and noises and things. So we did the inspection, looked over the other items, and then proceeded to look at the check engine light issue.
So I imagine that you probably stuck it on the computer. What did you find when you scanned the vehicle's computer?
Yeah, so the first step in any check engine light diagnosis is to plug in a scan tool. And what we found was just one trouble code stored, which is a P0442, which is an EVAP system leak. And it's defined as a small leak. So there's several different EVAP system codes. And they're one of the sort of major ones that go off. A 442 is common for a lot of cars. It indicates a small leak in the system. There's another one, I think it's a 455, if my memory serves me, is a large leak. I might be wrong on that one. But anyways, it's a P0442 in this vehicle.
Okay, so what the heck is an EVAP system? Some kind of evaporative system, I'm assuming. And why would a leak be a problem?
Yeah, exactly. Well, EVAP does refer to evaporative system. So what happens with gasoline, of course, it evaporates. And the hotter the air temperature, the easier it evaporates. It was just, pretty found early on, like decades ago, that evaporating gasoline fumes were a huge cause of air pollution, especially in places like LA where the air is stagnant and there's a lot of cars. So just simply the act of filling up your vehicle, all those vapors that tend to escape, that actually contributes a huge amount to pollution. So keeping that vapor contained and not allowing it to escape to the atmosphere is the whole purpose of the EVAP system. It's complicated. There's a lot of parts and pieces. There's not only the fuel lines, but there's a separate set of lines to keep the fuel vapor contained. There's a sealed gas cap, and then there's pumps and systems to test and make sure that there's integrity in the system, so it's not actually leaking. So yeah, so the other problem too is that when gasoline is evaporating, it's actually your money going up into the atmosphere. So if you can keep the gasoline fumes contained, you've got more gasoline to run and better gas mileage.
Okay, so is this system difficult to test and diagnose?
EVAP systems can, quite honestly, be a pain to diagnose. There's a lot of little lines and a lot of little pipes and things like, the fuel filler pipe can develop a little leak or a hole. The gas cap, can not seal properly. I mean, that's actually a pretty simple one, but sometimes finding it can be tricky. There are pumps that fail. There are, let's say, there's hoses, there's lines, there's little valves and things. So there's a lot of little tricky bits, but an actual leak can be sometimes difficult to find. So we have a number of tests and things we do, but they're not often the easiest diagnosis to do on a car, and sometimes they take multiple steps to find the problem.
So what did you find? What was causing the check engine to come on?
Well, on this Volvo, there was a number of possible causes and common problems, but what we did find, and this is our first step, and it was only a few days ago we did this, so we haven't heard back from the customer yet, but what we found, it's the simplest thing. The gas cap actually was badly cracked, the seal on the gas cap. So I'll just, at this point, just share a couple of photos here. And there's our Volvo V70. Again, it's getting a bit on in age, but still in great shape. And that's the V in Volvo generally indicates a wagon, whereas the S model, the same car, just a sedan. So there's our gas cap. So there's the new cap, and there's the old one. Now you can see that orange piece on this new cap, that's the seal. On the old one, it's black. And unfortunately, this picture looks dark on my screen. I hope on yours it looks better, but you can see
the crack.
Right?
We can see the cracks.
Perfect. Yeah, there's a very large crack right here, but you can also see a bunch of smaller ones, and as it kind of fades into shadow around here, the whole seal is cracked. So this would be a perfect cause of a leak. I mean, it's not completely missing, but it's enough to cause a leak under some circumstances. So there's our gas cap. This is like if you own a car and the check engine light comes on, probably the first thing to do is just make sure to check your gas cap, because they can often, not be fitted properly, or someone at the gas station may, whether it's you or someone who's filled it, may have forgot to put it on. Sometimes that happens. So, I mean, it's always good to look for the simplest things first, as long as the gas cap's on. And with the check engine light, what'll happen is the vehicle runs a system of tests, and it'll happen under certain conditions. So when the problem occurs, it'll set the light on, but if it does the test and the problem's not there after, say, 2 drive cycles or 3, depending on what the issue is, then the light goes out. So that's why the light will come on and off.
So just to be clear, this isn't a undrivable situation with the gas cap leaking like that. It's not necessarily very good for the environment or for your pocketbook, but the car's still drivable. Is that right?
Oh yeah. The one issue that people have, and they're smart, the check engine light comes on and people start often freaking out. Oh my God, I got to do something, and they start checking their oil and do things. And 99% of the time, that's not relevant. The thing to remember is that the check engine light is an amber-colored light. It's not a red light. Like red lights are usually immediate attention lights on a car. Amber lights are, you need to do something soon, but not right away. And if the light's on and it's solid, you're okay. The key thing with the check engine light is if your engine performance changes, especially if it's running rough, like it's misfiring and shaking, and the check engine light's blinking, that requires immediate service. You don't want to drive the car very long like that. Now, you still can, but be very gentle with it, because if the light's blinking, that indicates an engine misfire that can damage the catalytic converter. So this stuff is all programmed in. It's universal from car brand to car brand. So again, that's where you want to be really careful with the check engine light. If it's on and you notice no performance difference in the engine, you can drive the car. But it's a good idea to look at it and find out what the cause is.
So these Volvos have been around for quite a while. Do you work on a lot of them?
We do work on a lot of them, and they are fairly reliable cars. Probably a few more issues go wrong with them than, say, Toyotas. But it's just I sound like a broken record when I talk like this. So, but yeah, generally they're pretty reliable cars. I mean, this one's it's 2017, 2003, 14 years old. It's got pretty low mileage still. But yeah, the car is great, and but this is a new client to us. We can see the trend. We can see the transmission been replaced recently, and that is one problem with a lot of Volvos. The transmissions go bad, so good thing to watch for. And they are expensive to repair on these cars, but other than that, they're pretty decent cars.
So there you go. If you're looking for service for your Volvo in Vancouver, the guys to see are Pawlik Automotive. You can reach them at 604-327-7112 to book your appointment. You must book ahead. Or check out their website, pawlikautomotive.com, or our YouTube channel, Pawlik Automotive Repair. Thousands and thousands of visitors, hundreds of videos on there. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.